You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday, oh shit, where's my watch? Thursday, the 21st of September, and just here with another episode. This episode, I'm just going to do a bit of a roundup. Obviously, I missed last week because of the birth of my daughter. Um, So I'm just going to have a roundup on sort of the bets that I won because I did have a quite a decent week. I'll give you my total for the season and I'll have a look at my outright bets given that it's the international break. I haven't picked a bet. I really haven't had time to look at the football. I say I'm quite busy with the new chain and stuff, but I'll post the bets. Once I get them picked, I'll post them early again, post them about Friday or Saturday morning at the latest. Sorry. Um, but I just say I thought I'd come back and give a quick roundup of what's been going on, what I've been doing, and give you sort of say a look at the rate bets and my total for the season. So I'll run through these quickly. Um, the week that I missed, I was going to be talking about the bets that I got up, which was the bet that uh, they wouldn't void for me. So I won £14 on that on Inter Milan on its own. I also had a bet that night that won £42.81. So that was decent. I paid for my weekend. That was good. And then coming up to last week when there was games postponed and stuff, and obviously I didn't have time to record, so I released the bets pretty early. So, uh, what did I get up? What did I get up? Yeah, I had the bet that was 80, whatever it was, that the cunts weren't going to pay me for. Bet 365 on the cash out. Uh, so what happened? That one was 80 pound 52p. So what happened? That one was Juventus scored. They offered a cash out. I took it, and then I took the money out of the account, and they put me in a minus. They eventually put it back as I was told they would. Trojan again, shout out to Trojan. He mentioned that they would do that. I'd heard a few people say that in the past, but yeah, I just thought it was what I didn't understand with that was earlier in the day I did get a bet up, which was um which one was it? There was a darts bet I did with two horses and a darts player. It was 15 quid, right? When I went to cash that out, it was actually at 20 odd quid as it was live and the darts were being thrown. I hit cash out and it said didn't go through, didn't confirm, and then it said new cash out amount. So the way I looked at it was, well, so if they were able to fix that live because something happened in the game that meant I had to take less money, why, when the Juventus goal went in, did they offer me the full amount or close to it and not offer me a smaller amount? So I think it's just a ploy. Bookies are cunts, let's face it. They'll do anything they can not to pay you. But I'd say so that was another 80 whatever quid on the football. I had other ones. I had a horse placed at 50 to 1, which is a free bet. Got 25 quid. Say I had that, two horses and a darts player, which eventually would have lost, so I'm glad I took the money. I had another one from the premium group, Napoli and a horse, got me 28.98. Uh, I had the Haaland shot and target, got 20. I had over one goal in, what match was that? In the City match the weekend was 20. I had a 9 to 2 horse, got me 18.50. And then on Saturday the 17th, I had a bet builder, a free bet builder on Paddy Power. It was only two quid or 250, was it? But it paid 95. And I had another each way on a horse that got 14, and then I had a tenner for a horse at the place as well. So in total, in that whole time, I lifted over £479. Now, obviously, that's not including stakes. So I'm not exactly sure how much profit that was, but it was still good. It was still good. It was nice to get on a bit of a bit of a run. Oh, that was another one. I got a guy tip one in the premium group who wasn't the actual tipper of a horse, and I had a £2 line, and William Hill at one at 12-1. So it's like sometimes when your luck's in and your luck's in, you just hit those 3 or 4 in a row. Uh, so yeah, a decent sort of 2 weeks, if you want to call it that. Um, some good winners, some unlucky bets in there too, but I'm not going to complain. I've lifted over £479. So what that is, and the month obviously isn't over yet, so this is early, but so far this month I've bet £218, 56p. I've won 498, 75, which is a total of £280 in profit. And then if you want to add that to what I am for the season, which is I'm up 151.17, that comes to £431 and change in total profit. So that's not bad. Hopefully I can get another winner or two before the end of the month and bump that up sort of over £500 in profit. Given that it's only what is it, August, September, around the October, or no, or August, September. I think I started in July was the first month. So only 3 months in. If I could get over £500 up, I would be happy enough with that. That would be a sort of projected 1,500 to 2 grand profit for the year if I can keep that sort of level going. But as I say, I'm happy enough with it. That's pretty good. Could have been better. There was some mistakes in there. Obviously, bets I should have cashed out and some bad luck in there too. But so now I'm going to look at my outright bets. So I did 3 outright bets this season. All going okay. I know it's early. It's early doors, so it's still early to be predicting these. But sometimes you can see one that's going to beat you early on, and there probably is one in each of these bets. So I'll run through them. So at City to win the Champions League, obviously too early to say what's happening there, although they do look good. I had Mansfield to finish in the top 7. They're currently 7th. I had Real Madrid to win the league. They're top. I had Porto to win the league. They're 3rd at the minute. They're actually 5 points behind Benfica. Benfica had a good start to the season. I had Wickham to be top 6, which I'm a bit surprised in this one because Wickham normally perform well in League One, but they're only 5 points back from the playoffs. So nothing too worrying. And I also have Celtic to win the league, and Celtic are top. Did lose at the weekend, but they're still top of the league. That one was for a fiver, pays about 1,000, I think. The next one was the big one. It was £20 this bet, and it's probably going the worst out of the 3 of them. So I had Swindon top 7. They're currently 2 points off top 7. I had Rotherham to be relegated, and they're actually flying. They're 8th in the Championship. But when you look at it, they're only 4 points above 3rd bottom, which is Middlesbrough, who are on, I think Middlesbrough's on 10 points and they're on 14. So, a lot can happen in that league. We know what it's like. It just takes them to have a bad month or two, and they'll struggle. And then those bigger teams, you expect them to obviously invest in January, etc. Whereas Rotherham probably haven't got the money. But as I say, they're currently doing all right, which isn't good for me. Next, and this one's a big one too. Real poor start to the season. Seville, they finish obviously top 4, and they're 8 points behind top 4. They're actually somewhere down in the bottom 3rd of the league, bottom 3/4 of the league. Not a good start by them, but again, they've been 3rd, I think, 4 or 5 years out of the last 5 or 6. So I would hope that they can turn that around. And then again, Leverkusen. I think Leverkusen were top 4 3 of the last 4 years. And they're currently 8 points off the top 4. So say still early days, but that's a lot of points for those 2 teams. The next one is, this was the last selection I made, and I said to myself, the National League can go any way. I mean, it's just one of those leagues. A team can get rid of 15 players and bring 15 players in and the click, and it's just at that level, yes, it's professional, but it's kind of still, players are running on 1-year contracts, etc. in the National League, and it's so so close. Like there's maybe one or two teams, maybe Chesterfield and Wrexham, that obviously are big sides and have a bit of money, and maybe Nats County as well. But the rest of the teams in that league are just, they're all as good as each other, and it's just about form and hitting a bit of form and getting the results. So Halifax, as I say, are currently 8 points off the playoffs. They're way down, 17th, 18th somewhere in the National League, so not looking good. And then the other one again isn't looking great, which is West Ham to finish top half, which I thought was a steal if it was only 4-7. But they're currently down the bottom three. But I do expect them to turn that around. I don't think they'll finish there. They're only 4 points off 10th place. So, if that was for them to be top sort of 6 or 7, I'd probably say it was beat. But the fact that it's only top half, they've had a bad start, but I think they probably will turn it around. So that one, there's two of them there, maybe three that aren't looking great. And that was the one I was most confident about, that I put the most money on. So it just goes to show you. And then the goal scorers, a couple of these are going great, but there's two of them that are just messing the bat up for fucking everybody else. So Jesus to be Arsenal's top goal scorer, he is. He's top. Zaha to be Palace's top scorer, he is. He's also top. Wilson to be Newcastle's top goal scorer, he's joint top with that new guy that bought. I can't think of his name. And that is a bit of an issue, is that they bought a striker, obviously after I did this bet, whereas before it was basically Callum Wilson was going to start every game. Now that might not be the case, but I do still fancy him. He gets goals in the Premier League. So he's joined first. Next one, James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse is currently joint second, only got one goal, but their top scorer, I think it's Shea Adams, only has two. With this, as I said when I was placing the bet, he takes the free kicks, he takes the penalties, and as the season progresses, I would expect him to get somewhere in the region of 8 to 10 goals, which I think will be enough to be their top goal scorer. And now we get on to the two that are fucking it up. The first one is Jimenez. Now, Jimenez had a bit of an injury coming into the season, so he missed the first game or two. Then he gets back in, he's back playing, gets injured again. Now, this one I'm not too worried about because they've only got Hwang and maybe Traore and Podence who actually score goals. So, the top person at the minute's only got two, which I think is Podence, who's a midfielder. So if Jimenez gets back and gets fit, I would expect them to score goals. This one is the worrying one that I think the most, which is Jamie Vardy. So Vardy, obviously, he's been a goal machine, but maybe this is the season where this is the end of it. Maybe he retires at the end of the season, or he leaves Leicester and drops down. But we're going to be in 6 games, 7 games in the Premier League, and he hasn't scored. And more worrying than that is he's not starting. He hasn't started the last 2 games, I think, and hasn't looked like scoring when he came on. So that could be a worry with that one. That could have that bet beat, which is always it's always the case that when you pick these bets, they can look good on paper, but anything can happen. Somebody like Vardy, expect to score goals. He was top goal scorer last year, but he is getting on a bit. Leicester aren't playing well. If Leicester were banging in goals more, I would expect them to have got goals. But the fact that they're down the bottom of the league, they're not scoring. They haven't invested in really any players, certainly not attacking players, is a worry that they're not going to create chances. James Maddison, obviously, will create chances, but are they going to score enough goals where Vardy's going to get enough to make him be top goal scorer? I don't know, especially if he's on the bench. As I say, if they were banging in goals and he was on the bench every week, I would still almost expect him to be up there because, if they're creating chances, he's the kind of guy who only needs a couple of chances, he put one away. So that is it. That's the roundup. Outright bets probably the one with City in it, the Champions League's probably looking the best. But I say it's early doors, 8, 9, 10 games, some of them leagues. A lot of football to be played. I will probably not look at these again until, I don't know, maybe even after the World Cup or something. I'll just let these run on, see what happens. Should be back to normal next week with picking bets and stuff. Obviously, with the football. Is the football back? Is it 2 weeks? I don't know. Oh, let's hope this international break isn't long. It does my fucking head in. I know a lot of you are the same. It's terrible football to bet in. And there's that many games postponed. Even looking at League One, there's 5 or 6 games postponed. So yeah, it's a small week of samples to pick from. But look, as I say, I'll have a look today, maybe tomorrow, and I'll have them up. Now I'll probably just pick one main bet and maybe do a few more on the day, but I'll just study for one main bet, which might be a mixture of everything. I don't know. As I say, I've only had a quick look at the fixtures. So that's basically it. Just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet this international weekend, you're going to need it. So good luck and happy punting.